Welcome to the Pix2Net tutorial series. This tutorial is about interlayer alignment. Start with your tutorial project and have all of your layers stitched, or you can start with the demo project and restore it to post stitching. Turn on Metal 1 and also turn on Poly. I'm going to shade Poly so I can tell the difference between Metal 1 and Poly when I do my interlayer alignment. So you click the square, pick a color, and say OK. Now I'm going to zoom into the corner, and now you see my Metal 1 is white and my Poly is this bluish tint. In the Alignment tab, go to View Anchors. We're going to create an anchor group for each layer that we want to align together. In the Anchor Groups window in the lower left, click on the green plus sign. We want to choose Interlayer Alignment. Our moving layer will be Poly, and our stationary layer will be Metal 1. And we will say Create. This creates an anchor group. But the first thing that I usually do is hit Move and select Poly, and that way I can kind of move the Poly around by clicking and dragging it, and you can see it moving in the background. I kind of want to move it around until I find some place where it lines up a little better with what I have. So that looks like it lines up pretty well, close enough. Now I will hit Add Anchor, and I will click and drag the Poly to where it looks good with respect to the Metal 1. And then I let go of the mouse button. When you're doing interlayer alignment, you want to go to the two opposite corners first. So now I go to the bottom right corner, and I'm going to do the same thing, click and drag until my Poly lines up pretty well with my Metal 1. And once I'm happy with it, I let go of the mouse button. And you'll see it kind of will scale right here. Now you want to do another corner. Same thing, click and drag, and then release when you're happy with the placement. And then I do the final corner, and it's starting to look pretty good. And then you let go. And then I always put a point in the center as well. So same thing, like click and drag as close as it gets. And then you can kind of zoom in and out and see how good the alignment is between the two layers. We'll actually just do one more so you can see how that works. Now I'll align the contact layer to the Poly. So I'll leave the contact layer tinted white and black, and I'll leave the Poly layer tinted blue. In Anchor Groups, you'll press the green plus sign, and now your moving layer is going to be Contacts, and your stationary layer is going to be Poly. And you hit Create, and you'll create a new anchor group. Same thing, I like to move the layer, the contact layer, around to kind of line up with the Poly before I start. Okay, that looks like a pretty good starting position. Kind of see everything lining up. So now I'll add my first anchor. So I select Anchor and click and drag my contacts over the black holes in the Poly layer and release and go down to the opposite corner. But you want to find a feature that's recognizable when you do this. And then I click and drag and put it in place, and then I go into another corner, click and drag, and when I'm happy with the placement, release it. And now the top corner, click and drag, and then one more in roughly the center. And actually is looking really good, so just drag it a little bit. And once you're done, you can right click on your layer. Right now I clicked on the contact and say lock alignment, and this will keep the layer from moving in the future. So I'll lock the alignment of the poly and then click lock the alignment of metal 1 as well. Continue to align the other layers, or if you want to jump ahead, you can go to post interlayer alignment in the demo project.